What does this picture have to do with politics? A picture of Kathleen Wynne running? What does running through a park have to do with running for premier? Well, for Wynne, it meant a whole heck of a lot. In fact, when it comes to politics, the phrase, "a picture's worth 1,000 words," is not merely cliche. Research actually shows that visuals can be much more effective than text for political communication. This phenomenon, known as the picture superiority effect, suggests that a single photograph can communicate a significant amount of political information to voters and ultimately affect their electoral decisions. Recognizing the persuasive potential of visual content, political actors from around the world have employed professional staff to craft visuals that appeal to the electorate. Despite this evidence, only a modicum of research has analyzed how political actors are using visual content to promote a strategic image of themselves online. Accordingly, my research addresses this gap by exploring how party leaders in the 2018 Ontario provincial election presented themselves in photo-based tweets. And what I found was, well, photos are important. In fact, 45% of tweets included a photo. Now, overall, this photo wasn't typical in the research that I did. Generally, all three leaders presented themselves as statespersons, that is, capable of assuming political office. Nearly half of the tweets were coded as such. In these photos, we see the leaders doing such things as attending campaign activities, appearing with other candidates or influential politicians, wearing formal attire, or including patriotic symbols in their photos. However, this finding was rather unsurprising. It's obvious why potential premiers-to-be would want to be perceived as capable politicians. But photos like this still exist. Accordingly, I decided to conduct a second analysis, exploring whether leaders visually presented themselves outside of being a statesperson. In my research, I discovered that all three leaders employed markedly different strategies to differentiate themselves from being a statesperson. So what's happening here? Why would Kathleen Wynne post a picture of her running? Well, at 65, a decade older than the rest of the leaders, it was important for Wynne to appear spry, young, and relatable. And I argue that Wynne posted photos such as this to distance herself from popular and journalistic depictions of her that were detrimental to her political image, such as her older age. Thus, my research argues that all three leaders attempted to use photos to enhance qualities that were beneficial and counteract qualities that were negative to their self-presentation. In fact, if you believe me that a picture is worth 1,000 words, then running through a park is the exact same thing as running for political office. Thank you, guys.